Good morning, Year 1. I hope you're all okay. For today's maths lesson, we are going to subtract within 20. For our anchor for learning, we're going to count backwards together from 20 to 0 using the number line. So count with me: 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. We're now going to do some subtraction using a 10 frame. And the first subtraction problem we're solving is 18 take away 6. So we have a look at the 10 frames. We've got a complete 10 frame here of 10, and then we have got 8 in the second one. So altogether, we have got 18 counters. We are subtracting or taking away 6. So we're going to draw a line through 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. To work out the answer, we need to count how many counters there are left. Well, I know that there are 10 here, 11 and 12. So we know 18 take away 6 equals 12. This time you're going to have a go. You're solving 16 take away 7. You've got 16 counters in the 10 frames. You need to subtract 7. Pause the video now and have a go. I'm now going to go through the answer. I'm going to take 7 counters away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And to work out the answer, we need to count how many there are left. I know here there are 9. 16 take away 7 equals 9. Well done if you got that answer. This time we're going to do subtraction using a number line. And we have been given a word problem. It says Ron has 14 plums. He eats 6 plums. How many plums does Ron have left? We know he had 14 to begin with, and he's eaten 6. So we're taking 6 away. And we've got to work out how many plums there are left. So if we were working 14 take away 6 out on the number line, we would normally start at 14. And then we will count back 6. So we need to make sure that we are counting backwards on the number line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I've landed on 8. Now that is one method of using a number line to subtract, and that's the one that you'll all be familiar with. What I'm going to do now is show you another way that we can subtract using a number line, and this way is a little bit quicker and a bit more efficient. Okay, I'm going to use the picture here to help explain. So we have got 14 plums here because that's how many Ron started with. And I'm just going to draw around 10 of them so we can see clearly that there are 10 here and another 4 there. Now, using this difference method of subtracting on a number line, we would still start on 14 because that's the biggest number. And we're still taking 6 away. The difference is that we can do one big jump instead of doing lots of little jumps. And we're going to do a big jump to 10. And when we do that, if we look at the picture, we can see that we are taking away 4. If we take away these 4 plums, we'll have 10 left. So on the number line, I'm starting at 14 and I'm doing one big jump to 10. Okay, so what's on the number line matches the picture. And I have taken away 4 there. But Ron ate 6 plums, not 4. So what we need to do is take away another 2 plums. And on the number line, we're just going to do 1, 2 more jumps. And we have landed on 8. So each time here, we just took 1 away. But altogether, we did 6 jumps backwards. Okay, and when you get used to this method, it is quite a bit quicker than doing it the other way. Okay, we've got another question here, and this time you're going to have a go of subtracting using the number line, but we'll read the question together to begin with. Lauren has 13 buttons in her sewing box. She sews 6 buttons on her shirt. How many buttons does Lauren have left? So Lauren had 13 buttons to begin with. She sewed 6 on her shirt, so we're taking 6 away, and we've got to work out how many buttons Lauren has left. And on the picture here, we can see that we have got 10 buttons there and 3. So that's representing the 13 that she started with. I want you now to choose one of the methods to subtract using the number line. You can use the one that you're used to, or you can try out the new one that we went through on the last example. It's completely up to you. Okay, so pause the video now and see if you can work out 13 subtract 6 on the number line. Okay, and we're going to go through the answer. So we're starting on the biggest number on the number line, which is 13. And I'm going to use the second method, the new method of subtracting. So we're taking 6 away. To begin with, I just want to get from 13 to 10. So looking at the picture, you can see that to be left with 10 buttons, I just need to take away 3. So I'm doing one big jump from 13 to 10, and I have taken 3 away. But remember that Lauren has sewn 6 buttons onto her shirt, so I need to take away another 3. So I'm doing 3 more jumps. 1, 2, 3, and I have landed on 7. Okay, so check your answer. Well done if you also managed to get 7. This time we're going to do something slightly different, and we are going to be doing something called finding the difference. So let's read the question first of all, and then I'll explain what that means. Sam counted 16 birds. Some of them flew away, and now there are 9 birds. How many birds flew away? There were 16 birds to begin with. Some of them flew away, but we don't know how many. But what we do know is that there were 9 left. So 16 take away something equals 9. To find out what this number is, we have to do something called finding the difference. And what we are doing there is finding the difference between 16 and 9. And we can use the number line to help us do this. What we need to do is to find 16 on the number line first of all. And then we need to find 9. To find out what the difference is between these two numbers, we need to count how many jumps it takes for us to get from 16 to 9. And you might want to do it where you're just doing one jump at a time like this and counting, that's fine. Or you can use the new way that we learned today. Now I'm going to show you by using that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one big jump from 16 to 10. And you can see that this by looking at the 10 frames. So I'm going to jump 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So I've jumped 6 and then I'm going to do one more because I still need to do one more jump to get to 9. And all together, I'll cross that one off on there as well. All together, I have jumped 7 to get from 16 to 9. So the difference between 16 and 9 is 7. Here we've got another example. It's another word problem and we are finding the difference again. I'll read the question and then you're going to have a go. So Sam counted 15 birds. Some of them flew away and now there are 7 birds. How many birds flew away? There were 15 to begin with. Some flew away, but we don't know how many. And there were 7 left. Okay, I want you to use the number line to find the difference between 15 and 7. So pause the video now and have a go. I'm now going to go through the answer. If I'm finding the difference between 15 and 7, I need to find 15 on the number line and I need to find 7. And then I need to count how many jumps there are between the two numbers. I'm going to do one big jump from 15 to 10. So there I have just taken away 5. And then I'm going to do some little jumps to get from 10 to 7. So I'm just jumping 1. So 1, 2, and 3. So just doing one jump at a time. And all together, I can add up how many jumps I've done. and I've done 8 jumps. So the difference between 15 and 7 is 8. Okay, for the next question, you're using finding the difference again, and it says match the pairs of cards that have a difference of 5. So 2 of these cards match together and another 2 match together, and the 2 numbers should have a difference of 5 between them. Now you'll probably need to use the number line to help you work this out. So I'm going to choose 2 numbers that I think might have a difference of 5. But I might not be sure, so I'm going to use the number line to help me. I'm going to try 7 and 12. So like we've been doing to find the difference, I'm going to mark 7 and 12 and then count how many jumps there are between those 2 numbers. I'm going to jump to 10, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5. So the difference between 7 and 12 is 5. So those 2 match together. Now I have been left with 9 and 14. So I'm going to see if they have a difference of 5. So let's find 9 and 14. Okay, so let's find what the difference is. I'm going to do a jump from 14 to 10, which I know is 4, and then 1 more. So that also has a difference of 5. So these 2 match together. Okay, and finally, there are 16 marbles in a bag. Some roll away. Now there are less than 10 left. How many marbles might have rolled away? Give one example. There were 16 marbles to begin with. Some rolled away, so we're taking a number away, but we're not sure how many. And less than 10 were left. So there's loads of different answers that you could have for this one. So I just need to choose a number that's less than 10. So any of these, I'm going to go for 9. So 16 take away something left me with 9 marbles. And I need to find the difference between 16 and 9 to work out how many could have rolled away. Okay, so there's 6 there and 1 more, 7. So the difference between 16 and 9 is 7. So 7 marbles might have rolled away. Okay, so here are your silver questions for today. For the first part, you are given some 10 frames and you need to write the subtraction to go with the number, with the word sentence, and work out how many cakes are left. For question 2, you've got a word problem and you need to work out which number sentence you need to write to match it and work out how many stickers Jack has left. Here we've got the 2 different methods that I spoke to you about, and you're being asked to describe what the differences and similarities are between them, and then you've got to use Eva's method, which was the second method I showed you, to try and work out the answers to these questions. And then for gold, you have got some missing number problems. So you need to think really carefully and use the number line to help you work out those missing numbers. And there's also 2 problems similar to the examples I gave you. And platinum, you've got some reasoning and problem solving challenges.